Step onto court, equal a final exchange of pleasantries, but only one team will be stepping off court and into the final. Who will it be? That very much remains to be seen. One thing's for sure, both teams will be giving it their all, and it will be Brazil who'll get things underway. The crowd ready, the players are ready. First semi-final from the Maceió Open of the FIVB Beach Volleyball World Tour. Brazil in yellow serving, it's the USA in the dark blue receiving, looking for side out, which they get through Nick Lucena. And first point on the board for the number 2 seeds. So Lucena with the serve, little jump floater, bringing it in short, seeing whether or not Vitor gets in and out, which he does, and gets a good block out as well. The reason for that short serve, bring the passer into the net, and then see whether they get back out to give themselves a run up to come in and attack. And you can see Vitor does that, gets in, takes a little step back, got loads of space to come in and play his shot, and then he goes the little line roll to get the side out. Vitor, it is to serve. No surprises really that Lucena is going to be the target for Brazil. And in the chicken wing, not quite working for Álvaro. Both teams through to this semi-final, undefeated through their pool. And in fact for Brazil, as Dalhausser gets ready to serve, capable of ace after ace when he gets his jump serve going. That one having the sting taken out of it by the net. Little quick ball out wide, but he comes in with a block. If he doesn't get you with the ace, he may well get you with the stuff block. And Dalhausser already on the board in the not in my house category. Big spread, cross the net, down it goes. Dalhausser once again. Another good serve, forcing Vitor wide, but he comes back with a great cross-court shot. Excellent swing from the young gun. Well worth another look. Álvaro. Lucena trying to swing across his body. However, he didn't hit the ball up on as high as he could. And his hand, watch his hand, it comes past his head, not his elbow. Big difference in height, hence the net in the way. So both teams back on track, both going with side out now. Both teams have scored a point from block defense. And that's just one of the many facets to Dalhausser's game. You sometimes think, okay, big, tall guy, not very mobile, not particularly good at setting, but this guy's got everything. He's got the height of an NBA All-Star, the speed of a sprint medalist, and the skills to go with it. Nice dig. Oh, going with a non-dominant hand. Chance here maybe for Brazil. Oh, it's still in play. Brilliant stretch. Oh, that was unlucky. The rush of blood from Lucena, wasn't sure whether to go with the roll or the heat. And in the heat of the moment, he's rolled it long. Oh, bad pass, that's not coming back. A shank from Lucena. And the youngsters go ahead, much to the delight of the home fans. It'll be Vitor with the serve. Looks like a cross-court block being signalled against Lucena. Line block against Dalhausser. Lucena once again in the firing line. No block, good pickup. Álvaro's got the skills, goes left-handed cross-court, beats Dalhausser, and now gives Brazil a 2-point lead. Well, that's bread and butter stuff for Álvaro. Reads the play, makes the digs up very quickly, in position. Even though he's having to move to his right, still gets a heat on it cross-court. Nice play. Vitor, little jump floater. Lucena not quite moving his legs as he might have liked, but comes up with one that bounces up and into pretty much where I'm commentating from. Great swing from the veteran. Just collapsed his legs early, but nice set from Dalhausser. Great swing from Lucena. The worry for Brazil is it doesn't matter how far they get ahead. When Dalhausser's in the room, anything can happen, and he's made another block. Dalhausser with the serve. Oh, really good read from Lucena. Brings the heat. It's not going to come back. Oh, that's classic. Block cross court and run line. Not many teams can do that on the World Tour because not many teams have a blocker like Phil Dalhausser who can take away the cross court in the air. Brazil decided to roll the line and wish they hadn't now. 3-point lead opened up for the USA. That's a cracking swing to the line. Well, he's got the hitting ability of an indoor player, hasn't he? He's very indoor-like. The way that he approaches, comes in, opens up, and bang, down the line. That's a lovely hit. Álvaro. Clever line roll shot from Lucena. Although it may well have been aided by the big screen inadvertently. The camera's showing what Brazil were going to be blocking. Right where Lucena could see it. Not sure he did. He would have been concentrating on the server. Always difficult to stop the left-hander. You just don't know whether that's going to be a line or cross, and you can see how much line he had available to him. Vitor with the serve. Good cover. Clever play. Not an innocent bystander. Dalhausser clued in, watching, paying attention. Got a good arm on the ball and then a nice tidy roll to finish it up. Dalhausser again has his pre-serve routine. All top players, all players for that matter, should have a pre-serve routine. Chases on, he might get it. Oh, he does get it, bit too tight to the net. And it sits up nicely for Vitor to put it down on the sand. But it's not quite going according to plan for the young guns at the moment. They are under the cosh here from the 36-year-old duo of Dalhausser and Lucena. That's a good play from Vitor. Álvaro with the serve. Bringing Lucena in, who gets back out, opens up the space to have a swing. Another good reach from Dalhausser. But he doesn't find the baseline. They're looking for a block touch. It's not going to be given. Players will not admit to it. And neither would Dalhausser if it was him. What do we think? Nice pass, good movement. Is it off the block? Difficult to see from that angle, isn't it? But we've reached the technical timeout. USA 1 ahead. Well, he's not the invisible man. Just a slight technical hiccup as Álvaro disappeared from view momentarily. But he's certainly much back in view now on centre court. The fans, all eyes on him and his playing partner as they look to get back this 1-point deficit. Álvaro with the serve. Line block signalled both sides by Vitor. Well, they're just tempting him, aren't they, Lucena, to swing hard cross-court. They're giving him that shot. And right now, when he gets it in, he's getting the point. Little jump floater from Lucena. Oh, dear. Well, he'll ignore the shouts from the fans. Again, two errors that Lucena's had in the net. Both occasions his contact point has been too low. And what I mean by that is where he's hitting the ball from. Same with his jump float serve. He didn't reach up and hit it high. That's a much better swing. The contact nice and high, above the height of the block, able to roll it and see where he wanted to put the ball. Well, Dalhausser's been voted best setter on tour countless times. And you can see why, can't you? As Danny Kinder would say, it's nectar as he puts the ball in the air. Obviously, Danny Kinder says it properly. Lovely. Really good tidy-up operation by Brazil, and that's the mark of a good team. They might be under pressure from the pass, but if the player can get it back towards the net and give his bad passer the chance to make up for it, then all good, and that's exactly what Brazil have done. Álvaro, line blocking again, signalled by Vitor. Álvaro will sit cross-court. Try and dig Lucena. Oh, he's made one dig. Now, can he finish? It's a little bit tight. The angle's not great, so it's free ball time here for the USA. No block now for Lucena. Oh, and he snatched at it. Goodness me. So the chance to put them two ahead means that mistake puts Brazil back on level terms. He had all the time in the world, didn't he? And he took too long. Lucena made a good pickup. He was there waiting to be hit. And he's tried to bury it inside what would have been a 3-meter line indoors. Only buried it in the net. So Brazil on the ascendancy. Lucena under a little bit of pressure here. Oh, and he's not found the sideline. And the pressure is building. Timeout coming, maybe. for the USA. Well, they're thinking about it. They're going to let it slide as that one slid past the sideline. Álvaro once again. Lucena, no doubt the target once again. Little change-up, cross-court blocks being signalled now, and they're going after Dalhausser with a little tester, although Álvaro was ignoring Vitor. Vitor was saying, I want you to go at Dalhausser. Álvaro ignored him, missed the line, and USA now back level again. So, advantage with Brazil. They're siding out to have the lead each time, but the USA by no means out of this one. 2 line blocks signalled by Dalhausser. Vitor being tested. Oh, and he's not getting past the line. And the silence tells you all you need to know here. That was a massive block from Dalhausser. He takes the indoor game of blocking and brings it to the beach. I guess that's the confidence, the kind of luxury or comfort blanket that you have with Dalhausser, and Lucena knows it. 2 blocks in a row now. And he's so cool and calm, isn't he, Dalhausser? And it's like, yep, that's my job, done it. Little fist bump, nothing too elaborate. And timeout called by Brazil. So just when we thought maybe the USA were starting to crumble, they have solidified magnificently and lead by 2 and are keeping this packed house here in Maceió very quiet. Well, no real urgency was there. There was no panic. Just taking some rest, some fluid, a few words, and back out onto court. Lucena serving again. Dalhausser looking for a hat-trick of blocks. Oh, well, a little bit narrow. But Vitor just smashing that one away, cross-court. Top swing. Vitor with the serve. Dalhausser didn't even need to jump, and his hands above the height of the net, gets block out, point back to the USA, and now 4 away from taking the first set. Just watch Dalhausser here. All right, he got off the sand, what, a millimetre. Blocking signals being given by Lucena. Dalhausser serving, coming in then to patrol the net. Vitor under pressure here. Cross-court angle only really available to him, and it's taken away because he tried to go line, and that definitely wasn't available to him. And Dalhausser had that one sealed tighter than a fridge door. Dalhausser now, by my count, has had 5 blocks for points in this set. None so far for Brazil. Unfortunately, Dalhausser running into the net, trying to stop the second ball over. And even though Álvaro sent that one out into the ocean, Dalhausser touched the net. And the ball hadn't touched the sand. Point for Brazil. Well, I spoke too early, didn't I? Brazil with no blocks, make that 1 block. And it's a huge block from Vitor. And it's every time Lucena has tried to swing hard, tried to swing quick. He's either put it in the net or been blocked. But his roll shots, his beach play has been sublime. Álvaro looking to get back to level pegging here. The change up to Dalhausser not working. And the USA now 2 away from the opening set. Lucena serving, strong rotation for the USA. Dalhausser's waiting at the net already. And Álvaro with some work to do. Slightly off the net, leaning backwards, didn't get a good wrap on it. The unforced error gives the USA set point. And it's all over. The first set is gone. It's an overpass. Dalhausser dispatches it. USA take the first set, 21-17. Well, magnificent play from the USA. And actually, if you took out the errors that Lucena made, they would have won that probably to about 11 or 12. So the stats from the first set, a couple of aces from the US, 1 from Brazil. 5 blocks for Dalhausser, just that one that Vitor got towards the end. Too little too late, but look at that. 7 errors from the USA compared to just 3 from Brazil. 2 of those were from serving errors from... in fact, all 3 of those were from Álvaro. 2 serving errors and a hitting error at the end. Now, if you want to get involved, you can join the conversation on Twitter. Hashtag FIVB. Love to hear what you've got to say. And those of you that can speak Portuguese and you're listening to what the players are saying, then let us know, or let me know, because my Portuguese is pretty much non-existent. Teams then getting ready for the second set here. USA having that first set in the bag. And the USA will start the second set with the serve. Lucena with the ball. Little touch, has to come back over now because it was touched by Dalhausser, and the referee signaling that Dalhausser played the ball in Brazilian airspace, and that's not allowed. The only time you can play the ball in your opponent's airspace is after they have attacked it themselves, and then you can reach across and try and stop it. Oh, good touch. Interesting pokey set, didn't quite come off. But a really good stretch from Álvaro. Vitor was a little bit surprised, and his pokey set not quite up to scratch. Lovely pickup. Dalhausser, many of you who follow the USA and certainly follow Dalhausser will be aware of his jump serving ace run at the World Series of Beach Volleyball in the USA back in, I think it was 2013, wasn't it? When he hit 4 in a row. And that included a change of end as well. That one's going to find its way through. It's got to be maximum effort every time from Lucena. Full on jump, reach up, see what's in front of him, and put the ball away. He cannot switch off for a second. That's a nice shot from him. Well, the slow-mo's still going on, and Lucena was waiting to serve too early, so it's a let play. Lucena goes again. Ooh, nearly got put down, but Álvaro, will tell you, nearly's not enough. As he gets it past Dalhausser on 2. Vitor slinging it up in the air and saying, go on son, have a swing, which he does. Álvaro's serve. And again, nice play from Lucena. Big lead, looked like he was going to go cross, pinned Álvaro in that cross-court position, then rolls the line for the 1-point change-around lead. Lovely soft hands from Dalhausser. Lovely soft, huge hands, it must be said, for Dalhausser. Well, he was lucky that at least hit the bottom of the net. The embarrassment levels would have been somewhat higher had he missed it altogether. Oh, brilliant. Oh, nice rally. Everybody having to improvise. But what a get it was from Dalhausser here. Full stretch. Go, go. Gadget arms. Back in play. Lucena thinks he's put it down, but no. Up comes a one-handed play from Álvaro. Then the pokey from Vitor. Once again, Lucena risking it all with that cross-court swing. Just throws his arm through the ball. He doesn't really separate shoulder from hip as much as perhaps he would like. Just watch here. He's just swing hard and flirting with the tape, flirting with the line, but gets the job done. Lucena serves again. Now it's Brazil scrambling here. 1 foot Yahoo works! How did that not get stopped? Now it's called the 1 foot Yahoo because it really is just a shot to nothing, and you wouldn't have thought he had a snowball's chance then, would you? But somehow it goes down. And so Dalhausser gets the block out. All square. And still all to play for Brazil. Not quite finding his bearings, and there's one fan who actually thinks he's talking with the players. Maybe he's had a couple too many caipirinhas. Dalhausser brings the heat, and at the end change, the second end change, all square at the moment. Oh, belter from Vitor. Álvaro pops it up. And Vitor blasts it down. Big swing from Dalhausser. Dalhausser serving from the middle of court. That gives him options left and right, with room to manoeuvre his hand around the ball, making it difficult to know exactly where it's going to go. But it's not been too difficult so far, has it? 2 in the net now. Lovely play. Lucena with pinpoint accuracy into the corner of the court. Dalhausser's never far away when it comes to blocking. And he wasn't far from that one, but it's still a top shot from Vitor. Well, that might have been going wide. Lucena didn't get a call, decides to play it, and does the right thing. If you don't know, you play the ball, and he's still, you could see, just having a little look to that sideline thinking, that's probably going out. But he's up early, gets the cross-court roll. USA have the side out, back on level terms. Dalhausser with the serve. But he's not been successful with his jump serve. He's now going to go to the float, the jump float. It's a lovely high contact from Vitor, which is why Dalhausser's not getting the stuff blocks. When Vitor tries to hit straight down, Dalhausser is getting the better of him. But when he goes like that, high hands, it's Vitor who's coming out on top. So technical timeout as we have a look at the practice court. 2 teams that are warming up. They'll be playing a little bit later on in the women's semi-final, which has the world champions, Barbara and Agatha. So there'll be plenty of support for them. Vitor with the serve. Oh, that's a risky run when you have the server coming in to block. He wasn't in position, the ball comes over, and even though it wasn't a hard shot, he's just out of position, still on the move, can't keep the ball in play. Oh, big face block from Dalhausser, who gets his schnoz on that one. Ball might need a bit of a clean now. I guess you could say Dalhausser gets a close-up. Bang! Certainly did. But the knockout blow was from Dalhausser as he puts it on the floor. Good touch. Has to come back over. Oh, clever play. Oh, and it's come right back over the net. Dalhausser thought it was going to stay on the Brazilian side. Brazil just let it go. Good touch, good chase, good reactions, but not so well watched. Well, it was really tricky trying to make that manoeuvre falling backwards. The ball did stick a little bit in Dalhausser's hands, and whilst he may well have been voted best setter numerous occasions, there was no arguing that walk. Absolutely no chance when Dalhausser has a swing, is there? Brazil pretty much stopped playing once it come back up for him here. It's like, oh, okay. I can't jump that high, and I can't cover that corner. Dalhausser. Jump float once again. He doesn't trust his jump serve at the moment. Nice swing from Brazil. Álvaro thought he was in trouble, but certainly wasn't, was he? And then Lucena's put it up into the VIP stand. That one somehow went through Vitor's arms. The field goal point for Lucena to level things up once again. A lucky escape for Lucena. Lucena once again. Interesting, Dalhausser not watching the ball, he was just watching the player. That one did look quite tight to the net. Not that tight in the end, but nice shot, wasn't it, from Vitor? Over the top of the block. It was Álvaro, in fact, with a little roll. And now he serves. Well, a rare unforced error from Dalhausser, swinging cross-court. He's only had 2 hits in this set. One in, one out. Now, where is Álvaro going to go this time? Line block signalled up to Álvaro, who he goes at. Gambled on Dalhausser, and that time it didn't pay off. Brilliant play from Dalhausser. Many teams, seeing that ball taken aback like that, would have broken from the net. But Dalhausser decided he could make a block. So he stayed in, forced the issue, and look at that magnificent block from Dalhausser. Timeout called. Dalhausser. Big throwdown, good cover from Álvaro. And a great put away as well. Really good pickup by Álvaro. And that's given his team a lifeline here. Vitor with the serve. Lucena cool and calm under pressure with a little line roll. And we're getting closer towards the end of this set and possibly the match. USA leading, courtesy of that shot from Lucena. Vitor decides that he can make the line roll work, which he does. To see how high he has to go, though. Above the antenna, really. That gives Lucena some time if he really pushes himself. Álvaro. The line was the call. Lucena decided to swing, and he swung into trouble. Vitor getting up, getting across, getting the point. Putting Brazil in front. Still in play. Oh, good pick up. And that one is not coming back. The crowd go wild. What a magnificent effort from the youngsters from Brazil. Well worth another look. Lovely touch. Great pokey. Set point for Brazil. Oh, Lucena sticks with his guns, goes hard again, and gets it down. Dicing with the net. Best chance then for Brazil. Side this out, we go to a decider. That's not going to come back. Not now. That ball is put down by Dalhausser, and the best opportunity that Brazil had goes begging off a standing float serve in the end from Dalhausser. Álvaro made a mess of it. Vitor tried to keep it off the sand, but only put it up in the air for Dalhausser to say, thank you very much, I'll have that. All square. First to two clear will either take the set for Brazil or the match if it's the USA. Oh, Lucena didn't back himself. He made a couple of steps and didn't go any further. That was an opportunity not taken. Great improvisation from Vitor after the ball hit the top of the net, but the line roll was there for the taking. Set point number 2 for Brazil. Deep breath from Vitor. Not a great pass, but it doesn't matter. No, it's not made the baseline. That looked like it was in. The ref says out, the line judge says out. Brazil take the set, the crowd go wild. We're going into a decider. So, first to 15 now, goes into the final. Captains meet with the referee. Toss of the coin to see who will get the serve or who will have which end. And here are your match stats so far. Look at that, 14 errors from the USA. Just 4, it says there, for Brazil have made in favour. So that's 4 points the USA have got from their opponent's errors, from the points that Brazil have given them. They've played a really tight game, haven't they? And they've had to, especially as Dalhausser has managed 7 blocks compared to Vitor's 2. Players ready to go with the third and final set of this men's semi-final. Álvaro with the serve. Lucena lets it go and lets it go wisely. First point on the board for the USA. Massive block from Dalhausser. He set himself to jump into the cross-court angle and then puts the big roof on Álvaro. Even though he jumps laterally, hands still go across the net. That's the key. That's the reason it goes down. Oh. Well, indeed, the whistle did go. I thought for a minute it hadn't. When I went, oh, I was not tempting the ref, but he blew the whistle quite quietly, and not surprising, really. Jump sets, beach volleyball, those two things don't go together. Another good white from Vitor, hitting high and hard again. Well, this is turning into a really good tactical and physical battle between these two, but the mental battle is the one that is supreme right now. Lucena's mental ability to keep siding out against this barrage of serving that Brazil are sending his way. And he's doing it. So the youngsters are up against it now, 1-4 down. First end change. Dalhausser with the serve. Oh, that's a top serve. Vitor somehow gets something on it. Chance for 5-1 here for the USA. Nice dig. Free ball for the number 2 seeds. And now Dalhausser straight down. And the youngsters are feeling the heat right now here at Maceió. Timeout called, and not a moment too soon, really. So the players come back out once again. Now, is that going to have been long enough for Álvaro and Vitor to get their heads back in the game? Decent swing. It's the right way to go about it. Álvaro. And that one's not going to define the sideline or the baseline. So a bit of a stumble here for the USA. The timeout is helping Brazil, or has helped them so far. So a trudge back to the baseline after the side out achieved by Lucena. You just see that little explosion he has out of the sand. And that one's just caught the sideline, according to the referees. Not so convinced is Dalhausser. Well, I'll tell you what, I wouldn't be too convinced either. Vitor and Álvaro just two behind now. Good leave by Lucena. Álvaro with the side out. But they've got to find some points from block and from their defense, from their serve. Oh, lovely cut. Oh, that was in. And the referee agrees. The lines judge said that was out, but that was definitely in. We don't need any of that. Well, I'll tell you what, from my angle it looked in, and looking at that angle, it looked more out than in then, didn't it? So it's amazing, isn't it, what one angle can show you compared to another. My first thoughts are in, second thoughts, ooh, don't know. It was covering the line, that's for sure. Another jump set. This time that one's allowed to go. Good pickup from Lucena. Great work from Álvaro. Little pokey. Both teams working hard. Another chase for Álvaro, who's on it. He must be getting tired. Oh, brilliant. Best chance now for Brazil. Álvaro, what's he got? He's got the line roll. That's what he's got. And Brazil have got the point. Magnificent volleyball here at Maceió. Vitor will serve again. Once we've caught our breath from that rally. Well, the fans thought it was down. Hoisted into the night sky. Álvaro once again Oh dear, the fairy tale ending, not quite as he would have liked it. And a let off for the USA. Dalhausser, boos now for him. Fans not liking what they're watching at the moment. Well read again by Lucena. And that will do very nicely for the USA. They reached double figures in an energy-sapping rally. Dalhausser. He's a really good player, isn't he, Vitor? Just 24 years of age. Hard to believe. It says he's been playing on the tour for 9 seasons. So no rookie in that respect. That's caught the block, has it? It certainly has. Dalhausser knew it. Still a further push required by Brazil. Well, Lucena's worked really hard in this match. He's been made to. Vitor sent past the sideline. He's up, he's early, he gets the cut shot away. Need points, Brazil. Need them quickly, and that's what happens when you do need points. You start chasing the game, trying to make something happen. But it's not exactly what Brazil wanted. USA 2 points required from a place in the final. Oh, lovely from Vitor. Again, he just holds one angle and then this time hits back with another. Looking cross court, shaping up cross court, and then finding the line. Brazil running out of points. And again, trying to push Lucena deep to the corner. And the unforced error, 2 in a row from serve. And it's USA now with match point. Dalhausser. That one has caught no one, and it's gone out of play, and it's the USA who take the match 15-10 by 2 sets to 1. The young guns from Brazil will have to make do with playing for bronze, but it's the USA who will be fighting for gold come tomorrow. Well, a great performance